Christmas 2025 cancel out. Day 3. This garland I'm going to put in a different box. I'll put this with the garland that goes in the hallway. We'll use this box for all these greenery stuff. I used to take all the lights off of this stuff, and I kind of feel like that's more proper from a storage perspective, but it also doesn't make any sense because then I got to figure out where it all goes back, and it doesn't usually get too messed up, so I think I'm just going to leave the stuff on this year. Did that to a couple things last year, and it just kind of made things easier. I didn't realize I had another one of those. I would have used that. That might not work. That's better like that, I think. I suppose these double lights I'll take off because they're potentially kind of delicate. This might not be worth trying to put into a box because it's not going to be very compact storage at all. Whoa, not good. And of course you have to balance being compact with not breaking things, which is a pretty delicate balance to achieve. These are nice trees. I found a couple of these this year. I like the wood base to them. It's nice and full for something that was probably very cheap. Alright, there should be a couple of more pieces that we can put in there. These can go in there. Or can they? I don't want to put anything on top of there, and I don't really want to put anything on top of that either. Okay, that might work. This gets pretty compact. We can just kind of fold this in half like this. That can go there. It's not going to damage anything. It's lightweight. If you wanted to try to hook this on there, you couldn't do this. These lights, I don't want to leave on there. These are very delicate and they're not able to be repaired, so this could potentially get kind of forced in there. We're not going to leave these lights. I'll put these back in their original boxes. I wish I bought more of these. I'm looking back at the price tag on there. They were $5.99. Probably 6 or 7 years ago. It's like dirt cheap now. Can't even get a non-novelty string of Christmas lights for that anymore. At least not new anyway. Or, pre-sales. I'm sure you can still get stupid DEL ones like this, but I don't think you can get any incandescent ones like that anymore. We'll probably need to get a second box for little trees and greenery pieces. That one is not going away. That's a live thing. Well, it was alive now. I think it's expired. Let's see, there's a tree here. And there's this, another tree, some wreaths, candle. That's all the trees in here. There's one here in the bedroom, but that one's a decent size. I don't think that's going to go into a stinking box. This might actually go, this is more of a novelty thing. This might go with these three into a different box downstairs. Okay, any more trees? You know, I trip on this so often that I have actually started to wear off the edge of the wood. It is pathetic. I'd rather put that one somewhere else. All right, I think that's everything for in there. Let me see what I can put in that box. I have a running box downstairs right now for that can fit some things like this. I gotta fix this. This is all busted up. It's like a hurricane down here. Okay, that passed the hurricane test. That one we're not going to hurricane test. This one we can hurricane test. That seems pretty good. And this one we're not going to hurricane test. So I guess I was so distraught when we were setting up because of what happened that I didn't see the contents of this box. Because there's that pine cone, I like that, I would have used that. Here's the dang shower curtain I tore the place up multiple times looking for. And then here's another new old stock set of stupid Kodak lights. So those stupid Kodak lights, I might try to use next year on the beams instead of the basic mini lights. It's going to be very, very difficult to figure out the logic of how to cover everything with a continuous piece. That's going to take a lot of figuring out. Also in here, there's this tree, which I like to use in the village. Didn't get that. There's another stupid sphere in here, which is even working. Didn't get that. I think this tree was down here last year. Didn't get that out. And these lights, I think I have another batch of these upstairs that we'll put in here. What is this? Perfectly good string of horrible packaging, but perfectly good string, most likely, of C9 lights. I'll put that somewhere else. Alright, so actually there's a couple trees in here. There's another tree down there. And here's the thing for the bathroom. Couldn't find that either. This ain't gonna go back on because it's got some force to the side of it. There it goes. All right. This stupid sphere. Put over there. I'm not gonna put that over there. It's gonna break something, I guess. No, I'll put this somewhere else. I don't want this to break. Put it with the other one. Let me take this off of here first and then see what's in this bottom one. In a perfect world, I would take both out and vacuum this up. Maybe we'll do that. I have been very pleasantly surprised by how clean this level of the house generally stays. Even by the doorway here, there's not that much junk on the floor. Let go of me. Never caught a mouse down here yet. some spider droppings under there, but really nothing too concerning. No mouse droppings. Didn't get this put out. This is supposed to go up on top of the deck. We have no pellets left. That's nice. Yeah, that's generally pretty clean. I should really consider getting the extension poles, make it a little bit easier. Well, in theory, it would have made it easier, but in practice, there was an additional challenge. I can vacuum under those shelves from a different angle. Stay shut. While we're here, we'll get some of these cobwebs up here. Oh, that's not good. Why is that all loose? I'll have to fix that. Ugh. Okay, now that that's clean, we'll put this back and then we'll assess what's in this bottom box. Gross, what is all that? Well, maybe we should, maybe we should put this on a platform because Obviously there was a couple of bugs under there. And this is not flat here anyways, which has always kind of bothered me. So maybe we'll just build a small platform to put this on. Plus, if it floods, you know, the boxes are watertight, so it wouldn't really matter, but it's easier to dry out if you have the platforms like I do in the back. So let's build a platform and grab one of these tops to determine the size that we need. And then we'll have to level it out so that the front might have probably a 1/2 inch or 1 inch more lift than the back does. I wish I knew what happened to the floor over here, because this is so obviously jacked up, and someone did a probably poor patch job on it. It hasn't really cracked at all anymore since it was split, but this is just, I mean, this is ridiculous. That's totally not repaired correctly at all. Alright, so we use this as a template size, and I hope I have enough 2x4s. I had a bunch of junk ones that I kept specifically for this purpose. Now I just got to figure out where they are. I don't like having these fan boxes in here, because I want to keep those nice. So let's get this out of the way here. I gotta clean up the garage. This is ridiculous. It's kind of been a disaster since the air conditioner meetup this winter. This cord is so stiff. It's not winding up properly. It's 50 degrees in here. I prefer it to be at least like 55. This way when I come in here to work, it don't take too long to warm up, but I had to keep it lower because the heating cost has just been off the charts this year. And well over budget for heating, and it's only in February. Still got a couple months to go. Okay, I think that the pieces are over there, of course, right in front of the air conditioner. Where the heck else would they be? Somewhere accessible? Pfft, give me a break. Oh, that piece is so warped up, we can use that. I'm not going to use that for anything else. It's junk as far as building is concerned. We got some triangles here. I don't know what we'll ever do with those, but sure not going to throw them out. No, that's not it. Is this it here? Yeah, this is it. These were the junk pieces I was going to use for this project. See, these are all kind of screwed up from being used for different projects. I think I used this one for putting the pipe in for the dryer exhaust. I was banging the pipe in through the wall with this. So this is all jacked up, but it's still fine for some junky use case like sitting on the downstairs floor. This got a hole in it, but it'd still be fine for this use case. That's too short, I think. Yeah, I thought there was more longer pieces than that. Nope. It actually looks pretty good. It's not bent up or anything. All right, we got a couple pieces that we can use for this purpose. Oh, you know what? That's right. I forgot about this. I also have when I cut up the pallets this year to cancel them out, I also saved a bunch of pieces from the pallets, which I thought might come in handy for this use case. Maybe we'll use those. So this is what it looks like when you clean it up. It's not quite a 2x4, it's just a touch smaller, but it's good enough just to raise it up. You know, if the basement flooded, this just keeps it off the floor, and you can easily get airflow to dry the floor out with this like that. I think we'll use this piece for the surface. This was, I forget what this was from, but I didn't throw it out because it's such a long piece. I figured with the cost of plywood right now, this is, oh gosh, there's an air quality issue. This is 1/4 inch, I think, which is fine as long as we have, you know, for something like this, if you have 3 2x4s, 1, 2, 3, 1/4 inch is okay. But even something like this, just for like a 4x3 sheet or a 2x4 sheet of plywood, it's like 35, 40 bucks. It's ridiculous. So because of how high the price is, I figured it's worth keeping this, and we'll just cut it a couple of times and mount it on 2x4s to make it useful. Like even here, if we cut this piece in half, we can build a reasonable sized piece for this box. So I had this under here like this, and then somehow this moved over, and then it got run over a bunch of times, and now it's filthy, which is a little bit annoying because this is salty filthy. It's not just regular dirt. I don't know why that happened, but it did. So maybe we'll use the other side, which is also dirty from the floor, but this is just dirt from the floor. I'll brush it off a little bit, but hopefully yeah, see that? If we cut this in half, it'll make almost a perfect platform. So once again, it was worth saving it, even though most people would have thrown it out. And then this here, we've got this. This is warped too, but at least it's not as, you know, something I paid good money for. Well, I got to get those pellets out. Look how low to the ground this thing is. Yeah, I'll do that tonight. If we use these 2 pieces, they are the right length. They're long enough. But what we want to do is cut them like this. We want to cut them this way because we want the boards to run like this. so that we can put something on the front to level it out. I wish I had more space in here right now. This is kind of a freak show. Well, I guess the first thing we need to do is cut this to size. So we'll cut it here. I'm just going to do it all manually. No point in getting power tools out and making a stinking mess. I have good working arms. I'm going to use them to complete the project. No, we're not going to get a nice, clean, straight cut with this, but we don't need it for this project. This will have to trim off just a little bit. That's clean enough to use for a storage case. I don't care if that's salty, it's not going to touch the floor. It's going to be above the floor. Okay, so now we got to cut these pieces to size. Can we get, I think we can get two, yeah, we can get 2 pieces out of this. Now this can be a little bit longer because we don't want the thing pushed up against the wall anyways, because then you don't get airflow and it invites bugs and mold and whatever up against the wall. So we'll cut that there, and cut this here. So if this was like an inch or 2 shorter, could have gotten away with no cuts. Just one cut. Not no cuts, just one cut in half. But it's not. Oh well. This is a lot thicker wood. It's going to take some time to cut through this. You know what, for the sake of time, I think I'm going to get the reciprocating saw out. That's not too messy. It's only a little messy. Okay, there's one piece. We're going to want probably 1, 2, I would say we're going to want 5 pieces because this is very flimsy. It's not going to hold any weight. And we might as well use these up. They're just kicking around in the garage here, not serving any purpose. But as usual, I'm glad I didn't throw them out because now they're getting used. I'm afraid this one's going to fall and bounce on that coil. It does have a guard, but the cover's not on it. This is out of charge. Ah, get out of there. Oh, come on. Hate tamper resistant outlets. Garbage. I only have that one there because I don't usually plug in and out of there. What the heck is this doing over here? This doesn't belong with the batteries, it belongs with the wood. It is working much better now. cut one more piece. And I think that'll be enough. Okay, so there's our 5 pieces. So now we're going to connect these to the boards. I think what we'll do is we'll line one up straight like this, and we'll put that facing forward, and then this chunky part can face the back. So we'll just screw that on like that. I think 1-inch screws will work. These I think are too long. These I believe are 1.5. Oh, actually that'll work. Oh good, I have the most of those that I'd rather use these anyways. Oh man, I'm having some serious digestive problems today. I don't understand how you're supposed to get these things out of here, because you know these should be designed for people that have larger hands, and that's pretty normal. If you work with your hands all the time, your hands are larger, and it's just physically impossible to get the bits out of this thing. All right, and before I screw this on, let's just make sure that this is about the right size. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, now we gotta play games with leveling it out. Does not have to be very level, but just approximately. I have a feeling that it's so far off that an entire one of those things is what we're gonna need to fix it. I think I have more of those. I do have one more, but it's not cleaned off. Actually, I have two that aren't cleaned off. I also have those pieces. Well, let's go see what we're gonna need. I don't know why this is so warped like this. It should really be something more like that, but it's like that. It doesn't really matter. It'll correct itself once there's some weight on top of it, but it's kind of weird. Okay, so now somehow, and I guess this is the part I didn't really think through. Somehow I gotta get this under there. Okay. For some reason I have a feeling once I paint myself into a corner here, the camera's going to run out of battery, and then I'm going to have to go unpaint myself from the corner, get a new battery, then repaint myself in a corner, and just make the whole thing take 5 times as long as it needs to. Oh, this can go. This is all going to get cleaned up very soon. I'm tired of it being a mess like this. I think this is a heavy one. Yeah, this have a whole bunch of lights. We got some C7s, some C9s, some icicles, a couple of the miscellaneous things. Yeah, there's some icicles. Those actually work. They were out for the trash. Goofy. Who the heck throws out good working icicles? Ugh. All right. That's actually pretty clean over there. Some of this junk off. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Okay. Bunch of spider webs in in the handle there. Yeah, we'll deal with that in a minute. Oh yeah, that's heavy. It's got to be a couple 100 pounds of lights in there. Well, those are old lights, so there's still a lot of copper in there. Alright, so we'll put this here like this. Oh gosh, that's really bad. If we turn it the other way, is that going to have any effect on the problem? No, it does not have any effect. So this is so bad that pretty much I think makes it level. That's several inches off. Oh man. Okay. Well, not okay, that's ridiculous, but that's the way it is. So just pull this like an inch out, just so it's not up against there. And then let's get this on. Alright, I'm going to push this up against that as much as I can. I think we're going to have to level this by a couple inches. I think it's that far off. It's a good thing this is on wheels. Very difficult to deal with otherwise. Yeah, that's literally a couple inches off, I think. Wow. I know it looks like it's extra, but it's not, because the top of the bucket is a little bit wider than the bottom. Okay, let me get level, see how bad this is. Yeah, one 2x4 might actually, it's about 2 fingers off, so one of those pieces might actually fix it. Problem is, if you fix that one, you need a slightly smaller one for this, and then so forth. But all right, let's get some blocks of wood here. I don't want to be too particular about this. Eat up a whole lot of time, but I want to get it somewhat reasonable at least. So I think this will work for the start, and then maybe might actually be something like this. See what we can do with stuff like this. that gets it almost perfect. So then the next one, by pure dumb luck, this one also needs that mount. Well, I guess you gotta catch a break sometimes. So there's still a problem though, because why this is not, I guess that kind of fixes itself with a little bit of weight. I tell you, this does not look level, but it pretty much is. It's a lot more level than it used to be, at least. So that's improvement. Why does it sound like the backyard is full of tarps? Okay. That's good. That takes care of that. Now we'll probably need to build another platform later, but I don't think I'm going to do that tonight. What time is it? Oh, it's only 8:23. We have plenty of time still. I'm going to get this stinking leaf out of here. Okay, so this is full. We're not going to put anything else in this. That is full. Okay, now we're going to put this on top of that. Yeah, it does look more level now that I'm looking at it from this perspective. I think that the issue here is the dang platform is so warped that the box is not sitting flat on the platform, which is kind of stupid. And I guess I'll have to extend this a little bit further. I didn't think about that. I should have just extended this a little further to put those dehumidifiers back. But then again, it's probably better to have that disconnected in case I put those dehumidifiers somewhere else. I try to keep the Christmas stuff totally isolated from everything else, just in case stuff needs to change. Alright, so back to the original purpose of going here. What else we can put? I think I have another set of those upstairs. We'll have to fix these next year. I think that these broke, but they're kind of cool. They have a couple of mini lights in each one. I think maybe it's probably a string of 12. Oh, I guess one of them is working. Oh, I guess they're both working. I don't know why I thought they were busted. Well, maybe we'll use these next year. These should go somewhere else. These should go in a box with other lights for the sake of categorizing things more consistently. I think a lot of this stuff like this I missed because I wasn't looking in a box like this for lights. cactus in here. Good, no batteries. What else can we put in here? We might be able to put I wonder if it would make more sense to put the bathroom tree in here, or the village snow on top of all this. Might make the most sense to put the village snow now. Unless this can go in here some way. No, it's gonna be too low. Alright, I'll put the village snow next. These are so messy. This is a nice vintage pre-lit tree. Alright, now all the bathroom stuff is together. That kind of works well. And that's fine there. Let's put that, the night light over there. Alright, that marks everything removed from the bathroom. Oh boy, more styrofoam. Oh, what a mess. There's an incandescent bulb in here, and it's working. What the heck? What kind of stupid trash? How does this even work? We'll put this back in here for some psychotic reason, just so that it can annoy me next year as well. What a mess. Okay. Oh, this, I want to put this in there too. If it fits, I don't know if it's going to fit. That does not fit. It's too tall, but this I think will fit. That's fine. Can we put this here instead? Okay. And this can go here like that. Alright, I think that works. So now everything from the bathroom is still in one place. That doesn't go in the bathroom, neither do those, but... Alright. Let's close this up. Okay, well that's not the right top for this box. What the heck? No, it's not even close to being the right one. Oh, something goofy is going on here. There's the right one. See, some of these boxes are poorly designed because you've got this that protrudes down into the box. I'm no longer really happy with the way this is sitting here, but put this. Put that there instead. Yeah, that's better there. Okay. This doesn't have too much weight on top of it, but I do want to make sure that, you know, it's not going to break anything inside. We do have another box to put on top of this still, which will be the that greenery box that we just filled upstairs. Maybe that's what that goes to. I don't even remember now. Here's that greenery box, which actually got a little heavier than I thought. I thought this was the same size as this one, but inherently it's not. This looks level to me now. So I think this is definitely a big improvement compared to the way it was last year. Okay. So I think that we put one more box on top of this, but it's got to be a lightweight one. And then I think a couple of wreaths go on the top. So where's the box that would normally go up there? I had it. I filled it. I put a couple of those pillows and so forth in there. It must still be upstairs somewhere. It's not upstairs. So that means it's got to be down here. Because there's nowhere else that the boxes could have gone. It is nice to have the extra space there, but I don't think I can afford to give that up. I don't see it unless, oh, I think it went on that stack in the back, which is fine. We needed lightweight stuff to go there anyway, so that's fine. That just creates a change that we have to make. We're gonna have to just create a new box of lightweight stuff to go on the top there. That I'm not sure can even go like that. I have a bin of stocking somewhere else, and these should really be added to that bin. That's not as lightweight as you might initially think. This is pretty lightweight. This was supposed to go in with something else and it didn't, so it's just going to go in here. Okay, that's too big to go in there. You gotta be careful with the, you don't have to be working in the dark. Turn on the stinking lights. We have to be careful with the way, why did I turn that light on? Did I really turn it on that recklessly? We have to be careful the way things stack around these because this is animatronics and it'll break. I don't need anything else breaking. But I think that that's probably okay like that. It's not resting on anything. Okay. You know, for the sake of simplicity, I think we're just gonna throw these in here as well, and I can fix this next year. It's gonna take me more time than it's worth to try to figure out where the other box is and then put it in there. It's no value. Is there anything else that we can put in here that's not heavy? That's not heavy, but it's not going to fit. This is not heavy. Well, that might be everything that fits in there. I think there's still a couple of chocolates left in here. I gotta eat that before I put this away, but this could go right there. Okay, I'm gonna take a break and eat the rest of that calendar. That was a strange thing to say. I'm gonna take a break and eat the rest of that calendar and then we can put that away. I ate the calendar, so now we can put this in here and not worry about it getting moldy. I think that's going to be it for this box. I don't see anything else that would fit in here. All right, so this we're going to put, yeah, that's fine. We're going to put up there. So I've got to get a top for this, which I believe is going to be one of these. Oh, this does not seem like it's going to end well. Why is it stuck? It's like a half an inch from just falling, crashing all over the place. Okay. Now it's totally out of reach if I need another one. This is so much better than it was before. I remember last year I was like leaning over the whole time. Now it's fine. Okay, so, all right. Put this in here like this. That's a pretty good fit. And then I can put wreaths on top of here. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to change what's over there, because the way it is now does not make any sense. So let's see, how should we do this? I kind of need to get another box for like the Easter and 4th of July decorations. It's not enough to fill up a whole box, but I need like a smaller one like that will be fine. Actually, that one might do it. Whoa. What is in here? I think it's timers. Yep. Vintage timers. They're not quasar timers, but they're pretty accurate still. That didn't really help us at all. What I'm trying to do is get this out of the way, but not lose access to this. Maybe this needs to go back. Well, that's not going to fit there because that's on top. Oh, here's more lights. Okay, we gotta make note of that. Okay, I can kind of get over here now. Alright, so what we want to do is, instead of having the fall stuff here, because it doesn't make sense because I can't get to this easily. Stop. I want to put the fall stuff towards the end, and then put this as Christmas. Oh, you know what? I wanted to try to use these again this year. have some additional things to put in those boxes of fall stuff too, including this. So what we have to figure out is what will fit together on that shelf. I think these are the same width, so this pairing of boxes should fit there. Go figure, there's the stockings. No, this is going to be a problem. What the heck is even this? It's a busted up Holmes feed. Oh, let's hope that would land right side up. But it didn't. Busted. Fin. A cheap fee. Oh, you can't make some of this stuff up. Okay. Oh, this is heavy. It's not going to fit now. Oh, this is not good. Okay. Whew. So there's the stinking stockings. And some other miscellaneous stuff, which we'll use next year. This, I believe, is backup garland for the I think this is backup garland for the living room beams. Yep. And I'm glad I have that because I can't buy it anymore. Tight fit. Whew. Wow. That's got 1/8 of an inch to spare, maybe. Wow, that's close. But that's perfect, that's what we need. We need it to be as compact as possible. Now, if we can pull that off a second time or not, I don't know. I tend to doubt it. I think our best shot might be with this one and this one. Those are two shorter bins. This is the garland from the hallway, and this is a lot of other miscellaneous stuff here. See how much shorter this one is? I think this will work. That leaves plenty of space. We could do that and then maybe put this there, like that. And then we could put this here, maybe. That might fall. What would make more sense is to, actually this would fit here like this. And then that can go there like that. And now we still have the top. That's better. That's even better. Okay, so if that's going to go like that, then let's get that garland. Let's get that garland down. That should go quick. I'll put this here, and I'll leave this on the end so I can get that out easy. Let's see if we can get this. This might be too wide. Yeah, it's too wide. Well, actually, it's not too wide. It's not. No, actually, it is. It's good enough, I think. It's not perfect, but it's close. I think that's workable. Nope. You're wrong. This garland is so outrageous. I'm glad we got it out again this year. Take one last look at it. I believe that's 1,500 lights right there. Very cool. I'll have to store these wreaths elsewhere. And then I had the other piece of garland. This piece of garland. What is this? Isn't that part of that bag I put in that other thing? This is vintage garland. That's from the 90s. That'll go up next year. I think I'll put it around the doors here. It's beautiful garland. I remember it vividly. So this is separate. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay, that was easy. Ow. Okay, this is much better organization than I had last year. This is a million times better. Massive improvement. Okay. So we've got this and some stuff like this that I'd like to see if we could put, whoa, in its own separate box. This can go in a garage, it doesn't have to be in here. Alright, what can we put up top? We can put the slaying candles. Oh, this needs to go downstairs too. Okay. We'll get to that. I don't think this one will be anywhere near as difficult to put it back as this other one was. Why is this box opening up? Stay closed. Oh, look. 1, 2, 3 pine needles. Very dangerous. Unfortunately, the lights haven't worked on this in years, and it's stupid DEL, so I don't know how to fix it. Isn't this going down anymore? Alright, I think we're going to call it there tonight. Made a lot of progress. Made a lot of things better downstairs. And we'll start again tomorrow. Gosh, it's time to go to sleep.